Ready.
Coming up, we'll see Bills head coach Sean McDermott as the former defensive coordinator looks to get the best of his old team. It's the Panthers in town to face the Bills. Week 15 is coming up next.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Bills Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we've got a real clash of styles about set to unfold before us in this one, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, one sideline, you're looking at the #1 rushing offense in the league, and right across from them, you're looking at the #1 passing offense in the league. So how does that relate to this one? Both defenses have tough tasks. One of them got to stop the run. The other one, they're going to be racing around trying to fill up the passing lane. Let's see if either one can get an advantage.
Entering onside kickoff left.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They're led by the NFL's MVP in 2018 and also MVP of Super Bowl 54 in his 5th season. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
No matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Reynolds. And give him 6 yards.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
You're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he is
entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On first down, Mahomes. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsey. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Second and 8 coming up. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters.
Button.
Bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Pick off left is selected.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive and looking to erase it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick...
Entering franchise screen, you have 9 options. Resume is selected.
The first thing we want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. Slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And they'll get him down as he's inside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
To their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Here's a give to Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Penn State, Micah Parsons. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Leading him out, the rookie from Ohio State at 22 years of age, it's Justin Fields.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's
entering play call.
At this point in the year.
Quick pitch.
And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Triangle button.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line.
Entering play call. Coach suggests keep curl.
On the tackle. Looked like he was trying to
plan. There are 9 player. There are 9 formation concepts. Play action pass. Sprint HB flat. HB wheel.
Just ran him down.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. Play action. It's Fields.
Circle button.
He'll have a first down. Pass
button.
And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Let's go.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a
entering play call to concept their formation strong I form flow mesh
takes 2 to
drag
take.
wheel AHB sweep a post shot pa HB wheel Pagu flow putty corner Pagu pa HB wheel. Cross button.
Now a first down carry.
Button.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football.
Entering plate, AHB inside zone,
Also
AHB stretch.
They're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Cross button.
A give to Williams.
Cross button.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him.
Entering play call. Inside zone. Formation. Strong.
They had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
I form. Single back.
Into the backfield, but he wasn't
tight. Sludosium. Mesh.
Patriots. They were
26 to Florida stretch. AHB stretch. AHB zone WK.
A good chance this is 4 down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for
Cross button.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Entering play formation player. There are on plan. There coach suggest mesh spot inside zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Cross button.
First
cross button
for Jalen Samuels. And nothing much materializing there on the
entering play call. Punch trail. Inside zone.
Might have been open there, was closed.
On plan, there are 9 categories. Player, there are 9 formation, there are 9 concept, keep, media, up, run, screen, play action, do, padu left, padu left.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Cross button.
Fields off the bootleg.
Triangle button.
This one swung out to
R2 button.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 20.
Entering play call. Do. Padu.
Well, that certainly has to feel good.
Sprint HB. Padu. Sprint HB flat. Sprint HB flat. Pa HB wheel.
Hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Cross button.
Play action. Fields.
Triangle button. Square button.
Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to...
Entering play call. Padu. Concept. Formation. Strong.
Good coverage.
Close. AHD zone WK.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground and give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know.
Entering play call. Pod keep. Pa end around. Pod keep.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. A play fake, now Fields.
Triangle button.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. On plan. Player. Error. Formation. Concept. Keep pat. DD. Opt. Rel. Screen. Play action. Sprint HB. Sprint HB. Pa HB wheel.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They snap it to Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Cross button.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something...
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give, running right, Lindsey. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're
entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He wants Reynolds way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain there for the Bills.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll work.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Just the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. This one caught by Crowder. And he is out of bounds.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah,
but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. That time, a 9-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception.
Entering play call, Padu, HB Real.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Cross button. Circle button.
Complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds at the 20.
Entering play call, Padu, sprint HB flat. Red.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson. And he'll be out of
entering play call. There are 2 categories. Padu.
Here, get the ball in his hands. Even if it's
HB Real. Padu. Sprint HB flat. Sprint HB flat. HB Real.
Off play action. Fields.
Circle button.
To the right button. Complete to Jefferson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Entering play concept, formation, there, strong, I4, single jack, wing tight, slugosi, mesh, 26 duo, puff lord, AHB stretch, AHB zone WK.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line.
Cross button.
They'll hand it off now. Williams.
Cross button.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19.
Entering play call, 26, puff Florida stretch, AHB belly weak.
Who's taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him, but many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
Cross button.
Fake the handoff.
Triangle buttons.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders
entering play call, wing tight, formation, I-form,
move it around quick.
Close, mesh,
Forcing incompletions.
AHB stretch.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They give it to Williams. Running.
Cross-cutting.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the
Entering play call. Formation. Error. Concept. Keep pass.
No gain, so they're left.
Option. Screen. Play action. Cat. Sprint HB. Sprint HB flat.
Is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After one, a 1-point game. 7-6. Panther football to start quarter number 2.
Entering play. Pagod flow. Patikor. 94. Pa HB. Formation. Strong. I4. Concept. Keep cat. Opt. Screen. Play action. Sprint. Pa HB wheel.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button. R2 button.
Finding Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Entering play call. Concept. Formation. Strong. Close. AHB zone WK. Cross button.
They'll try and run.
R1 button.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Entering play call. Hockey.
2nd and goal.
Formation.
He's hit the dirt a lot this year, but
Pistol.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you.
Strong. I form.
The end
Single cat. I form.
No way I can
Close.
find any fault with the
Mesh.
call. He may not have
Drag
scored.
wheel.
Of course you're
AHB
gonna give it to
sweep.
him.
Flanker drive. AHB led dive.
the line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Cross-cutting.
Williams will try again. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball.
Entering play call. Close. There are 3 cat. AHB stretch.
Now got him into the end zone.
Pagod flow. Putty corner. 94. Pa HB re. Pagod flow. Putty corner. 94. Flanker drive. AHB leg dive.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Williams.
R2 button.
For the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Come on now. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Entering play call. Coach Sig. Gun plan. Player. There are. Formation. There are 9 cat. Concept. Keep. Meeting. Run. Screen. Play action. Do. Sprint. Pa HB wheel. Pa do.
Now Matt Rule keeping the offense on the field to go for 2 here.
Cross-cutting.
Try and throw for it.
Cross-button. Square button. Square button. Cross-button.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Mahomes now on first down. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
To the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, right back to Lindsey. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Reynolds. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A handoff, Lindsey running left. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The Bills on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Big plays, but the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. And they corral him just a couple yards shy.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
In the first half, they must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we could capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Lindsey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, it's Lindsey. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. Zerline's kick is up and through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because...
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
He's still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
R2 button.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Entering play mesh. AHD stretch.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tackles. The last drive, when you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
Entering play call. There are 2 categories. You have 11 options. Top left is selected.
The game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 2nd and a yard.
Triangle button.
He's got it to Williams.
Cross button.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Entering play call. There are 2 categories. You have 11 options. Pa boot left is selected. Pa sprint HB flat. Pa HB wheel.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Cross button.
Fields off the bootleg.
Square button.
This one brought to
button.
Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Entering play call. There are 2 categories. You have 11 options. Pa boot left is select. Concept. Screen path. Run. Option. Run. Inside zone split. Cross button.
On 1st down,
button.
it's Williams. And he can only manage to get a count.
Entering play call. Inside zone. There are 11 categories. You have 36 options. Concept. Option. Pass. Formation. I form. Flow. Mesh. Drag wheel. AHB sweep. Flanker drive. AHB leg dive.
Last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the...
Entering play call. Close. Formation. There are 9 cats. Concept. There are 9 cats. Play action pat. Wide drag wheel.
He just made a great play there.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
That's
R2 button.
a dwelling. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Entering play call. Coach suggests. Gun plan. Player. Error. Formation. Concept. Keep. Media. Up. Run. Screen. Play action. Pass print. Pa H. Pa do. Pa HB wheel. Pa do. Pass print HB flat. Pass print HB flat. Pa HB wheel.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Cross cutting.
Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get him to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead,
entering play call. Coach suggests. Gun plan. Player. Error. Formation. Concept. Keep. Option. Run. Play action. Do. Pass print. Pa. Pa do. Pa HB wheel.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Square button.
They snap it to Fields.
Triangle button. Cross button.
There's Jefferson to pull that in. And he'll go out of bounds.
Entering play call. There are 2 categories. You have 11 options. Pabu left is selected. Concept. Screen pass. Run. Inside zone. Inside zone split.
And in this case,
close zone STR. AHB zone WK.
Defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. They'll run on first down.
Cross button.
It's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Entering play. Inside zone split. Close zone STR. Inside zone split. Cross button.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Javonte Williams with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Still more games to be played, so yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this will be swung out for Lindsay. 3 yards the game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That is, possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 7. Now here's Mahomes. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He gets it to Humphreys. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Jalen Waddle deep to return it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
R2 button.
48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. Why
Loved about running.
AHB stretch.
Tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have
On plan, there are 9. Kyle Pitts, Justin Jefferson, Ramon Steven, Jamar Chase, Justin Field, Jalen Waddle, Javonte Williams, 26 duo.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a man who's been
Cross button.
this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead.
Entering play call, 26 duo. Player, there are 9. On plan, there are 9 categories. Throw a keep is selected.
Tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play?
Option is set to undefined. Option is set to undefined. Option is set to undefined. Throw it key. Potassium. Close across.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Triangle button.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Entering play call, potassium. On plan, player, there are 9. Formation, concept, screen, play action, keep pass, play action, pass print HB flat, pa HB wheel.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Triangle button.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
Square button.
And that will be incomplete.
Entering play, Padu.
The long one way
Pass print HB flat,
down.
Red.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Triangle button.
Throwing on 3rd down.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button. R2 button.
Into the hands of Stevenson. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Enter, Padu. Padu left.
On first down, Fields.
Triangle button.
This one swung out to Williams.
R2 button.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
Entering play call. Concept. Play height. There are 9 categories. Concept. There are keep pass. Meet. Up. Run. Screen. Play action. Pass print tape. Pa H. Pa do. Pa HD reel.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Circle button.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
Square button.
Touchdown, Panthers. Jalen Waddle with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
70 yards through the air. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And brought in by the tight end Cook. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. 7 yards. The pick.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy...
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And again, it's Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4.
Entering play call, normal for categories. You have 27 options. Cover 3 sky is selected.
On halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get things started down at Hard Rock Stadium, an AFC East matchup with the Jets visiting Miami. And it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. Christian McCaffrey with a couple of touchdowns there. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Devin Singletary, over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Entering, run out, throw it short, run out, run inside.
2 coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made
Defend out,
in the second
defend
half.
short, defend medium, defend deep pass. Entering play call, special teams. You have 6, onside return left.
Stopping at least in the foreseeable future. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. Rodgers on the return.
Button.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Let's go. The Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are.
Entering play call, punch trail, HD slim.
Carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
Entering play call, mesh spot, AHD dive. Post HD corner, AHD slim.
Following the penalty, it's Williams.
Cross button.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 88 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score.
Entering play, rolls combo, threatened spacing, AHD zone WK.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Cross button. Triangle button. Cross button.
Take him down. The Bills get to him. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. HB slam is selected. On plan, there are 9. Coach suggestion. Mesh.
Stats,
HB slam.
Precious little time to do anything with the football there.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Cross button. R1 button. Triangle button.
He's going to rifle one deep.
Square button.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Carolina.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Entering play call. Gun plan. There are player. There are 9. Gun plan. Run it. AHB belly weak.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Cross cutting.
Williams.
Cross cutting.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to
entering play call. AHB belly weak. Zone split WK.
coming up and making
AHB dive. Gun plan. There are 9. Player. There are 9. Formation. I form. Strong. I form. Glow. Mesh. A post shot. AHB led dive.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Cross cutting.
Again, it's Williams. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Entering play call. Close. There are 3 tap formation. There are constant. Immediate. Off. Run. Screen. Play action. Pass sprint HB flat. Pa do. Pass sprint HB. Pass sprint HB. Pa HB wheel.
Play action. It's Fields.
Triangle button. Square button. Triangle button. Cross button.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Entering play call. Thick FG script. Thick FGH shovel. Gun plan. Player. There are formation. Concept. Keep. Run. Screen. Play action. Pass print. Pa do. Pass print HB. Pass print H. Pa HB wheel.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? On play action, Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Full this one deep.
Triangle button.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. So
entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories. FS Fire 3, will Fire 3 scheme.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
This afternoon, you wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a throw here to his running back. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Anthony, this defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Triangle button.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting...
Entering play call, there are 2
you don't go away from what you
come
did
back.
because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Cross button.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Triangle button. R2 button.
Williams.
Cross button.
With a stiff arm. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Carolina.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did before tackling early.
Entering play call, there are 2
You can see the distance
concept,
traveled
there
there after
formation, there
contact.
strong,
Next-gen
weak,
stats.
pistol, weak, close flat, mesh, 94 will, inside zone.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Cross button.
Now carry number 20.
Cross button.
Here's Williams. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the...
Entering play call, from pistol,
Run inside,
gun,
and they gain 5
goal line,
on it and be
gun,
frank about it.
pistol,
Most offenses
weak,
don't expect to get 5
strong,
yards on a play call
glow,
like that.
AHB zone WK,
They go back to their
Punchy,
pep in their
high
steps.
and around.
Think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Off play action, Fields.
triangle button,
It's
R2 button.
Side Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team,
Entering play call, AHB zone formation, weak,
attack mode.
strong, I form, close, AHB leg dive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Williams.
Cross button.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Entering play call, formation, strong, I form, close, pa HB wheel, pa boot flow, pa T corner, 94 will, AHB sweep, pa post shot, mesh, drag wheel, AHB sweep. Cross button, R1 button, R1 button, cross button.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
there you go.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Bad attempt is selected.
And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment...
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
Exciting these last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Oh, he dropped it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
Windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Waddle now. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great...
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 9 categories. You have pretty flood, PHP slim.
Drive starting backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense.
We got this. Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Entering play call, double pivot, AHP stretch.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Cross button.
Throw his field.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He'll let this go deep.
Cross button.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Alan Lazard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Another replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. And
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And past the 40.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Play? I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Another run by Lindsey. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1 yard.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On first down,
It's Lindsay, and he can only manage to get a couple.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
From the 25 on second down, Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Watch 36 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag?
You
just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And here's Rodgers to return.
R2 button.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
Entering play call. Shot slot. AHB slim.
Together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. They begin the drive with Williams.
R2 button.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard.
Entering play call. Keep out.
Drive. Let's give credit all around.
On plan. There are 9. Player. There are 9. Formation. Gun. Pistol. Weak. Strong. I form. Close. Mesh. Drag wheel. Inside zone.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Cross button.
They run it again with Williams.
R2 button.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now.
Entering play call. Play call. Power O. Power O. AHB counter. Power O. Power Putty corner. Formation. Strong. Close. AHB dive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Cross button.
To throw, Fields.
R1 button. Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
And incomplete on the deep.
Entering play call. Hot end around. Formation. Weak.
Felt like he had a chance
Strong.
to get it twice.
I form.
It was that
Low. Mesh.
Unfortunately,
AHB stretch.
coverage downfield, equally good.
2nd and 10.
They give it to Williams, running right. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into
Entering play call. Inside. Flanker drive. Inside zone. Putty corner. 94 will. Pa HP wheel. Pugger flow. Putty corner. 94. Flanker drive. AHP led dive.
Keep it on the ground.
R2 button.
Williams.
Cross button.
Move. And some space here. The 20.
R2 button.
Carolina. Javonte Williams with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Panthers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments?
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Mahomes throw into the hands of Reynolds here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one caught by Crowder. That catch good for only.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Actually, the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Man open, here is Crowder. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. To the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
4.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Watch 36, 36 to Mike.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now here's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Point said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is, I think he caught it. He did.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
No, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call? Is it not?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have AHB dive.
Convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
Cross button. R2 button.
Forward. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away.
Entering 0-1 trap, AHB dive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, check. 4 down. Mike, 4. I'm not ready.
Cross button.
They stay on the ground.
Cross button.
Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know
Entering play call, inside zone.
back in
AHB stretch.
They'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike, 4. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Cross button.
They'll keep it on the ground.
R2 button.
Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. On plan, there are player, there are 9 on plan, there are player, there are formation, there are I form. Slot, there are AHB blast.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Cross button.
They'll hand it off.
R2 button.
Williams. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Entering play call, slot, there are 3 AHP stretch.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
4 down, 4 down. Mike 4, Mike 4. Watch the slant.
Cross button.
A give to Williams, running,
Button.
and he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo.
Entering play call, slot, there are Tagger.
Trayvon Mullen.
AHP toss.
Pretty clear.
94 will.
Old school,
Double slant.
doesn't it?
Conquered comeback.
Will on the
94 will.
Five
Double
straight
slant.
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive.
Formation.
Like you said, the
Scrum.
way it's working,
Weak.
they may just stick with it.
I form. Glow. Mesh. AHP stretch.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Cross button.
Now a give right.
Cross button.
It's Williams. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about.
Entering play call. Glow. Formation. Strong.
But they've been moving it well.
I4. Single back.
It's another
Wing tight. AHP stretch. AHP zone WK.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 4.
We got 4. Watch 84. Watch 84.
Williams.
Button.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the game.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Tight right. Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Now Mahomes. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And he's
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
This game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They're running it. Mike 7. Mike 7.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's able to get
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
good for 7 there. And it'll be a 2nd down.
Mike 7. Mike 7.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them. gets big yardage and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. And that's
entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Which side has been the more physical one? It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Mahomes. Airing one out for Crowder. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely...
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it.
Entering play call. Coach run plan. There are 9 categories. Run inside. Run in. AHD belly weak.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
Cross button.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
There you go. There you go.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line.
Entering play call. AHD belly weak. Zone split WK.
Your quarterback.
AHD belly weak.
Be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Cross button.
On the ground, this is Williams.
Button.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it?
Entering play call. AHD belly weak. AHD inside zone.
Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Mike 4. Bring it.
Cross button.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams.
R2 button.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Entering play call. AHD belly weak.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Don't get nervous. Mike 4.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Cross button.
They'll try and run.
R2 button.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Entering play call. AHP belly weak.
Closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their
Zone split WK.
coaches are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys.
AHP belly weak.
Times you can't give up a 4th one, and on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation, and he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
I'm coming, baby.
Cross button.
Williams.
R2 button.
This into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Entering play call. Big pet sprint out pass.
29.
On plan. There are 9 category. Formation. I form.
Panthers are about to
Slot.
make
AHP blast.
They add to this 4th quarter advantage. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. They'll look to with Williams. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Looking into the snowflakes, and he muffs it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, screen pass to Lindsey. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I got him.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Reynolds.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Gain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And they will not get the connection.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reynolds.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
You do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there. Did you see how his toes got down? Tip tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And it would seem as if their 3-game win.
Entering play call. AHP belly week.
Work to do as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock.
Cross button.
On the ground. And he's got room.
Touching button.
Get across for a Panthers touchdown. Javonte Williams becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Panthers are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year 1, and this guy would certainly fit that bill as that was one heck of a run there.
And how about the situation that we're in right now?
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Added empty selected.
Chase guys around for 4 quarters, but this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A+ effort right there.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills ready to take over.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. Out to the right to Humphries. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
He rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second and 4. Mahomes now to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good one.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Mahomes now on first down. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. 7 yards.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Brings up 2nd and 3. The Panthers 41-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do.
Entering play power O, AHP zone WK.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and run down with Williams. And nothing much materializing there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 AHP stretch.
But that doesn't necessarily mean
On plan, there are player. There are 9 cabin formation. There are 9 concept. Keep pass. Media. Run. Screen. Play action. Pass print. Pass print HB. Pass print HB. Pa HB reel.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down. Mike, 4. Ricky.
Cross button.
Looks like he'll throw here.
Circle button. R2 button.
To his running back, Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Entering play concept formation. There are player. There are Kyle Pitt, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Burst, Jamar Chase, Justin Fields, Justin Spike Ball, QB draw, Spike Ball, QB draw, QB Neal.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they take a knee.
Entering play call, Justin Fields. You have 5 options. QB draw is selected. QB draw, QB sneak, QB draw, QB Neal.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall to 8-6 with the loss.
Post-game report, players'
And they look
stats.
to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.